Hi and welcome to the Creative Treehouse. My name is Robin Broom and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Thanks so much for joining me in the Treehouse today. Today I am doing a project that was a suggestion from a viewer. She wanted to see if I had any ideas on how to combine the Night Divine suite, which I absolutely love, and the Z-Fold card that we were working on this week. So we have a Z-Fold card and we have the really pretty, I think it's Oh Holy Night. Yeah, Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper. And we're going to be using some of the dies from the set of the Night Divine. And let's just see. I haven't put it together yet, but I think it'll be fun. So I'm going to show you what I did and I will link the different ones, the other Z-Fold that I've done. I think I've got one over here I can show you. Like these, using the One Horse Open Sleigh DSP, and this is an idea from Rachel Tessman, and she used the 6x6 Designer Series paper, and you keep the 6 inches here and only cut off just a little bit on the top and the bottom so that you get 5 1/4. And we're going to do the same thing, except for instead of a 6-inch piece, because this Designer Series paper is 12, I've gone with 8. So it's 8 across, and you're going to decide the pattern that you want. And there's several that we could have used, but I chose this one. And this left-hand piece is 2 3/4, and then 1 1/8, and then this last piece is 2 3/4. So these measurements are exactly the same as for the 6-inch piece, and this one is just I believe 2 inches longer, so you don't have the extra white piece that you do on the other ones. So I've got my Night of Navy card base. Let me see if I'll grab my bone folder and I will kind of burnish it a little bit more. Okay, and then what we're going to do is I'll go ahead and put all the Designer Series paper down, and I will use liquid glue. Let me see if I can locate a bottle that is working well. All right, and so this is the tricky part. Oh, and like I said, I will reference the Z-Fold, and there's some other things that are different with this card that I will reference other videos. So because some of it I have already done. Okay, so you'll want the glue to go all the way to this side, but not to any of the other edges, because this piece, our very first piece, is the 2 3/4 piece. We're going to lay it right here and line it up like that, trying to make sure that you have the same border around here. All right, and then I will put it down, which means that this piece is not attached, so that's why we put the glue on this one. Okay, and then I'm going to open it up so you can see how that's loose, and then I'll put the next piece, the little skinny piece, on, and it is the 1 1/8 piece. And again, I'm trying to keep about the same border all around on each of the pieces. And then our large piece goes all the way down. So it's got a bigger seam, and there is not a place to write when you do it this way. So, and I think actually yeah, I'm gonna have to move it over just a little bit more. I think if I have to do it again, I would cut this one a little bit smaller. I would probably do, I think I would do 4 1/16. Probably. I'm going to get a little bit closer to the edge here, and I'll show you why. Let me see if that'll work that time. Oh no, still. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead, even though I've got some glue on it, I'm going to trim it. I am going to trim it so it's not going to be 4 1/8. I'm going to get my thing all gluey, but that's okay. We're going to make sure I'm cutting the right end off. Okay, let's go ahead and just do 1/8 of an inch, which will change all the measurements, but that's okay. Like I said, I hadn't put it together yet, so I'm learning, and you're learning along with me of how it should be. Okay, so that looks like that's about right, and yes. All right, now we'll put some new glue on here. So that this one piece you do need to kind of check and be sure that it is in place and it doesn't show on the front before you glue it all down. Okay, actually, let's see if that's, I'm seeing a little bit on the edge at the bottom, so I'm going to slide it up just a wee bit. Okay, let's look. Better. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny sliver. I'll pull again. That's the nice thing about the liquid glue, is you've got time to wiggle it around. I think we did it. Okay, so that looks good. All right. So that is that part. All right, again, just a Z-fold, and I just extended it a little bit. Instead of 8 inches, it should be 7 7/8 inches. So, and I'll put all those measurements on my blog. Okay, next we're going to put the shepherd and little sheep on this part. All right, now let me tell you what I did with these guys. They are, if you're familiar with the set, you realize, or you may have realized, that these guys are backwards. They really cut out the opposite way, but I want them looking this way. So I just used them backwards, and it's just fine. I also did a lot of coloring and stuff. I dropped in my marker and got it on me. I did some sponge daubering, and I used some blends and some Stampin' Right markers to get the shepherd and the little sheep as well, and even a little bit of a white gel pen, and we'll see that. So I'm going to glue him down with liquid glue. Alright, I'm going to put him right about there. I used Pecan Pie was the base color for the shepherd. My Alexa in the other room is talking, and it's bothering the dog. I'm not sure what she decided to say to me. So, I know, I heard it. I did. Alright, so there's one sheep and the other sheep. These are really nice dies with all the different the textures and things that they have. All right, so there are our 2 sheep. I'm going to move it over. Should I do it like that? Let's see, where should I put him? Yeah, I think I'll put him right there. Okay, so we've got our shepherd and our sheep. They kind of blend in just a little bit. We're not going to do anything to the skinny one. And then we're going to put the Mary and Joseph, the shepherd, and a wise man and a sheep, baby Jesus, and the manger on next. Now I did, again, I don't know how, let me see if I can get close enough for you to see some of the detail. There we go. And that was, again, just using some blends and coloring and the gel pen. Okay, so they are going to go down, but behind them, I have a very vanilla piece of paper that I cut with the deckled circle, and then I trimmed off just a little tiny section of it. I colored it with blends, with Crushed Curry and Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy to get this. And I off-centered it just a little bit, so because baby Jesus is more on the right-hand side. But there is a video on how I colored all of that. So because when you place them on top of that, then you get a really cool effect. So I am going to glue them down. So, and I will reference where I did a video of that. Okay, we'll put them down. And then we'll put it all the way down onto our card. So probably right about there. All right, and then we have the stable, and the stable I also did highlighted with the white gel pen. Now, it is a little different. The original is much longer, and I have a video where I also showed that too, how otherwise you would never be able to use it on a landscape card, but then this works well when you shorten it. So, but I'm going to put this one up on some mini dimensionals, which I believe I brought in here. I intended to anyway. And okay, I'm still looking for did I cover it up with my, all right, dimensionals have been found. I wanted the mini dimensionals, and so black ones, because the card is so dark. So I'm going to put a few mini dimensionals on the stable. And let's see, one here, one at the top perhaps. Let's see, we'll do, I'm going to do one here, one here. Hopefully those won't show. Oh, I feel like maybe I'll do a couple more. Okay. All right, now I've got to pull all of these off, and I will put those down. Actually, there's a piece that I'm thinking that I'm going to want so that it's not looking like it's just sort of hovering in the air. So what I'll do, it's one of the pieces that I trimmed off of the DSP, and so I was thinking that I would just sort of attach that there. So yeah, I think we can do that. I'm gonna go ahead and let me do a little snip and see how that works. All right. And I've got a long enough piece. If I need more, I can cut more. Okay, another one. All right, let's put this guy on about, I think about fairly centered. Okay, fairly centered. And so there's just something about the bottom of that I didn't really care for. So I was gonna see about, yeah, that one's a little bit too long. Adding another dimension, so I think that's too high. So I think I'll go with that. All right, let's see if that's enough. I think so. Cool. Okay. Let me look one more time. Yeah, this is the process that I go through. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it just, yeah, it definitely works. I don't know why, but anyway, it needs another layer. And you could probably, if you know ahead of time, you could even cut it to where it was matched really well. Okay, so there we have that part. All right, we have the Z like that. All right, and then I decided that I didn't want this to be this color. So I got another piece, a different piece. It's got kind of a pattern on here, very subtle. And then this one, and this is the one I decided to use. It's got a lighter, it just keeps getting lighter. And it's from that same pack. And I am just going to, I think I cut let me measure it really quickly. I think it was 2.5 inches. And so it's going to go right here up under. You don't even have to make it the entire width because it's not going to show. You just pretty much need it to come out this way. Okay. All right. And then what I wanted to do was I have the Peace on Earth, and what I did was I went ahead and I embossed it with white. And this came from, I know that the die came from the, let me grab my catalog and I'll tell you. It's the Classic Christmas, I believe, but the Peace on Earth probably came from the Noel set. Let me look really quickly. Joy of Noel, I believe, is where the Peace on Earth came from, and should be Christmas. What is it? Christmas? Yes, Christmas Classics is where the die came from. So I've already done that. However, what I want to do is make it, it sort of disappears right here, I think. And so just a real easy, subtle thing that you can do is I'm going to just tap all the edges, all 4 edges, main edges, and I'm also going to do those little teeny tiny angles like that. And you can do it straight. You can, the more tilted you make it, the more pronounced the ink is going to be. The more you're going to get more ink on it. Okay. All right. And then, so that, I think that in and of itself should make a difference. I feel like I didn't get that one. And then, in addition to that, I am going to, I tried this earlier and it seemed to work. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the die back on there because there is a little ridge all around there, but on the darker paper it doesn't really show up. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Stampin' Write marker in Night of Navy, and this is one of the new ones with the bullet tip is different. It's I like it, so I wasn't sure I would like the new ones, but I do. So then I am just tracing, following along, trying not to move the die. I could probably put some washi tape down and tape it down. But I think I got it. I think I may have missed right there. All right, and so now you've got just a subtle line. And I'll put my correct cap back on, and then you'll see that it made a difference, I think. It just that little subtle difference. Now I will use dimensionals for this piece, and I'm only going to put them on the right-hand side, and I'll use the bigger black dimensionals. And probably, I don't know, maybe, I think I'll do 4. Gotta have some dimensionals. Makes it fun when they are. I'm gonna have one on the edge. You find dimensional backings everywhere, so it's kind of like a follow the yellow brick road or something, but with dimensionals. Okay, so then I have to decide. I like a lot of those stars, and I don't want to cover up the shepherd's head, so probably like that. So then we have Peace on Earth. And open it up, and there is your entire, I keep putting it up too high. So anyway, so that's it. A Z-fold using the Night Divine. I keep wanting to say Night of Navy. Night Divine. And for this one, what you would need to do is on the back, you could put a piece of the Misty Moonlight or white or very vanilla, and that can be where you if this is your Christmas card, do all of your writing on the back. So that is those combined. So you got to watch me put it together for the very first time, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's something that you might want to try. Like I said, there are several of the DSP that you could use that would work really, really well. So kind of with a scene, and instead of the 6x6, we're using a bigger piece. So, and this one has the Bethlehem scene in the back. So the Bethlehem cityscape, townscape. So that is the card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's something that you'll be inspired by. You can give this one a try. Maybe change it up. Let me know what you do. And I will link all those other videos that I was talking about so that you can learn how to make the light, and also how I colored the people and everything, so to make it look like it does. So I really enjoyed the challenge of, and so thanks so much, Kathy, for the challenge, and hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and check things out on my blog, creativetreehouse.blog, and you can also sign up for my newsletter and find out what's going on in the treehouse. There's always lots of things, fun things going on. Next week it's almost Christmas, so we're having Christmas cookies and cocoa. That was a alliteration. I always say hot chocolate, but Christmas cookies and hot cocoa for our workshop, and we'll still do the same cards, but it'll be more laid back and more festive. So always some fun things to do. So thanks again for visiting, and I'll hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.